Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. Bangladeshi President Hamid to visit Chandragiri today is set to leave for Dhaka this afternoon. State Affairs Committee decides to set the retirement age of civil servants at 60. Members advised to promote only those employees who work hard. Tourism entrepreneurs made aware of money laundering asked to be vigilant of the activities of suspicious tourists. ICC authorizes probe into the alleged abuse of Rohingya, Myanmar facing mounting pressure. And 10 teams complete their qualification journey in Euro 2020. England and France complete qualification. And now the news in detail. Bangladesh President Mohammad Abdul Hamid, who is currently on a 4-day goodwill visit to Nepal, visited Pokhara yesterday. President Hamid was received by Kiran Gurung, acting Chief Minister of Gandaki Province, at Pokhara Airport. Pokhara was decorated with flags of Nepal and Bangladesh at different places to welcome President Hamid. Hamid was also welcomed by different ethnic, cultural and traditional processions. President Hamid also took a boat ride at the Fewa Lake in Pokhara. The provincial government expects the president's visit will help increase tourism in Pokhara and help the government in its Visit Nepal 2020 campaign. The president of Bangladesh is also scheduled to visit Chandragiri Hills today before leaving for Dhaka in the afternoon. The retirement age of civil servants has been revised to the age of 60. The meeting of State Affairs and Good Governance Committee of Federal Parliament at Singadava yesterday decided to revise the retirement age of civil servants. The civil servants will now be able to work until 60. The Under Secretary of the committee informed that the retirement of civil servant has been revised to 60. The health professionals hired by the government and those working at the parliament can work until 60. Discussions from the previous meeting regarding the draft bill on managing federal civil servants and introduction of legal provisions for the transfer and deputation of civil servants based on rotation system gained momentum in yesterday's meeting as well. MP of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Pampa Bhusal, in the same meeting said that it was just to introduce the provision of unwritten exams for the promotion of civil servants who actually work. MP Bhusal opined that those who top the written exams are the ones who generally slack in the real-time work environment. MP Bhusal alleged that such employees are hired on the basis of undue influence.
यो लिखित चाहिँ नगर्ने हो भने जसले काम गर्छ उसले नम्बर पाउँछ नि त। यहाँ त काम नगरे पनि नम्बर पढेर टुप्पी कसेर त्यहाँबाट फर्स्ट हुने छन्। त्यसले चाहिँ काम गर्नेहरू चाहिँ अन्यायमा पर्ने जस्तो हुन्छ। एउटै विधि बनाए हुन्थ्यो।
MP Bhusal also reminded everyone that quality of work and its accountability automatically increases if only those employees that work hard with dedication are promoted to the next level. President of the Federal Committee of Samajwadi Party, Dr. Baburam Bhattarai, has said that the ruling Nepal Communist Party's future does not look promising. Dr. Bhattarai said the ruling party has deviated from its core philosophy and therefore the uncertainty surrounding its future will be the reason for its own downfall. Speaking at the meeting of the party's federal committee, Dr. Bhattarai said the shameful activities of the top leaders in the NCP will create more turmoil in the party and be the reason for its downfall. Dr. Bhattarai also elaborated that the chief opposition party, Nepali Congress, is also marred by its own deficiencies and inabilities. Dr. Bhattarai further argued that his party's future in the government also has to be re-evaluated. If the issues of constitution amendment is not taken seriously, his party will back out from the government. Dr. Bhattarai opined that if the ruling party does not agree to the constitution amendment, the executive committee of Samajwadi Party should seriously think about backing out from the government. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. Gautam Buddha International Airport, currently under construction, will come into operation within a year, declared Civil Aviation Minister Yogesh Bhattarai. Minister Bhattarai also affirmed that the construction of Pokhara Regional International Airport is also on track to be completed within 2 years. Speaking at a program organized in Kathmandu yesterday, Minister Bhattarai stated that the government has been stressing on the construction of new airports and upgrading old ones for the success of Visit Nepal 2020 campaign that would eventually contribute to the economic development of Nepal.
अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय एयरपोर्टहरू हामी छिटै सञ्चालनमा ल्याएका छौँ। गौतम बुद्ध अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल जो पोखरामा बनिरहेका छ, यो हाम्रो लक्ष्य छ आउने 2020 को मार्च महिनासम्ममा यसलाई सञ्चालनमा ल्याउने भइरहेको र पोखरामा बनिरहेको अर्को क्षेत्रीय अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विमानस्थल पनि 2021 देखि सञ्चालनमा ल्याउने हाम्रो लक्ष्य छ।
Minister Bhattarai also informed that the upgradation of Tribhuvan International Airport is also underway. Business entrepreneurs from around the valley took to the streets in a silent rally to protest the arrest of the industrialist Roop Jyoti on the grounds of fraud. The silent rally took place at New Road, where the industrialists and the business entrepreneurs protested the former state finance minister Roop Jyoti's arrest, calling it unfair. The president of FNCCI Province 3 Wing Dinesh Shrestha informed that the silent rally was an expression of retaliation to the unlawful way the government had arrested Roop Jyoti.
जुन विधेयकहरू आएको थियो आर्थिक विधेयक त्यसमा थुप्रै कुराहरू चेन्ज भयो त्यो चेन्ज भएको कुरा कोही पनि व्यवसायहरूलाई थाहै छैन अनि उनीहरूलाई आएर धरपकड गर्ने र समातेर जेलले हाल्ने या समातेर चाहिँ नि जरिवाना गर्ने कुरोमा हाम्रो विरोध छ। हामी यहाँ शान्तिपूर्ण रूपमा चाहिँ नि एउटा यो कालोपट्टि बालेर एकदम संयमित हिसाबले हामी केही बेर बसेर राज्यको ध्यान हामीप्रति आकृष्ट गर्न मात्र खोज्या।
The police had arrested Roop Jyoti on the grounds of fraud as he was accused of duping people of millions of rupees in real estate transactions. And now the news from the economic front. It has become important to be aware of unlawful activities and large amount of money the regular tourists are spending during their hotel stay in Nepal. If the hotel business stakeholders remain unaware of the activities that happen behind closed doors, there are serious repercussions that can change the reputation of this industry. A report.
In an interaction program organized by the Tourism Lawyers Forum Nepal on Thursday, the tourism entrepreneurs have been made aware of the potential effects of tourists who spend a large amount of illegal money during their stay in Nepal. The stakeholders of the tourism industry have to remain vigilant of any money laundering activities that might be occurring right under the nose. The forum also asks the entrepreneurs to take the route of law if they are unsure and suspicious of any illegal activities conducted by the tourist. Activities like spending $1,000 a day, spending more than $5,000 in cash during the stay, Creating a bank account for a week and then closing the account immediately must be monitored and reported immediately. The entrepreneurs were also recommended to pay their taxes on time if they are to keep their businesses safe. The program, organized by Nepal Tourism Board and Nepal Hotel Association, made all hotel owners and business entrepreneurs aware about the importance of taxes and staying within the boundaries of law while running their business.
Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. The International Criminal Court yesterday approved a long-awaited full investigation into Myanmar's alleged abuse of Rohingya Muslims, including crimes against humanity and prosecution. According to AFP, the Hague-based War Crimes Court said in a statement it authorized the prosecutor to proceed with an investigation for the alleged crimes within the ICC's jurisdiction relating to Myanmar. The probe will look at allegations of systematic acts of violence, deportation as a crime against humanity, and prosecution on the grounds of ethnicity or religion against the Rohingyas, it said. The development ups pressure on Myanmar after it faced a separate genocide lawsuit earlier this week at the International Court of Justice, the UN's top court, over its treatment of the Rohingya. Myanmar launched a military crackdown in 2017 that forced 740,000 Rohingyas to flee over the border into sprawling camps in Bangladesh in violence that United Nations investigators say amounts to genocide. Myanmar is not signed up to the ICC, but the court ruled last year that it has jurisdiction over crimes against Rohingya minority because Bangladesh, where they are now refugees, is still a member. Extreme floods in Venice, fires in Australia, and even an outbreak of plague in China have been attributed to climate change this week, Reuters reported. Researchers have warned that global warming could saddle future generations with lifelong illness. Venice declared a state of emergency on Wednesday after apocalyptic floods swept through the lagoon city, flooding its historic basilica and inundating squares and centuries-old buildings. This is the result of climate change, City Mayor Luigi Brugnaro said on Twitter. It was the highest since the record 194 centimeter set in 1966. But rising water levels are becoming a regular threat to the tourist jewel. On the other side of the world, parts of Australia have been ravaged by wild bushfires this week, with 4 people killed and communities forced to flee the flames. In China, health officials have reported a rare outbreak of pneumonic plague after 2 cases were confirmed this week in Beijing. The 2 were infected in the province of Inner Mongolia, where rodent populations have expanded dramatically after persistent droughts worsened by climate change, state media said. If nothing is done, the impacts could burden an entire generation with disease and illness throughout their lives, researchers have said. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Euro 2020 qualifying stages are coming to a close as 10 teams complete qualification with 14 other spots to go. England booked their place in the Euro 2020 yesterday as they defeated Montenegro 7-0 with a Harry Kane scoring hat-trick. Defending champions Portugal, who beat Lithuania 6-0 with the help of Cristiano Ronaldo hat-trick, will need 3 more points to qualify. Turkey and France both qualified for Euro 2020 on Thursday thanks to Turkey's 0-0 draw with Iceland. France qualified as they defeated Moldova 2-1. Belgium and Russia have already qualified from their group with Italy for the championship. The teams who don't qualify as top 2 from their groups will still get an opportunity through the playoffs scheduled on March 2020 to make a qualification possible. Roger Federer beat Novak Djokovic in straight sets at the 2019 ATP Finals in London to reach the last 4. The Swiss third seed Federer won the round-robin match 6-4, 6-3, which eliminates the Serb Djokovic, the second seed from the season-ending tournament in London. Federer will meet top seed Rafael Nadal or Stefanos Tsitsipas in the last four. Djokovic's defeat also means Spanish Rafael Nadal is guaranteed to finish as the year-end world number one. Nadal also needs a victory over Greek Tsitsipas to qualify, given Daniil Medvedev defeats Alexander Zverev. Federer, who defeated Djokovic to reach the semis, redeemed himself from the Wimbledon final defeat earlier this year. The final two men to qualify for the semis will be decided in the round-robin matches to be played today. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Bangladeshi President Hamid to visit Chandragiri today is set to leave for Dhaka this afternoon. State Affairs Committee decides to set the retirement age of civil servants at 60. Members advised to promote only those employees who work hard. Tourism entrepreneurs made aware of money laundering asked to be vigilant of the activities of suspicious tourists. ICC authorizes probe into alleged abuse of Rohingya, Myanmar facing mounting pressure. And 10 teams complete their qualification journey in Euro 2020. England and France complete qualification. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.